Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. Leaks of chapter 1081 of One Piece have been released, bringing extremely important information which reveal a great battle between Garp and another very powerful character is about to happen, and this fight looks to be one where they're gonna fight until one of them loses their life. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the information we have so far about our upcoming chapter of 1081, which powerful enemy that Garp might face in this chapter, and the possible outcome in this fight that we might see. Before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like, and even subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it keeps motivating us to make more content. And if you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, as we like to do in these videos, we're going to first do an overview of the topics that we're going to cover, and then take each one in detail so we can go over all the different information we have so far about chapter 1081. We also would like to remind all of our wonderful viewers just like you that please keep in mind these are just leaks. So some events might happen in a different way in the official translation, or there might even be some different interpretations when the official translation comes out. So with that said, let's talk about all the different things we can expect to see in this upcoming chapter of 1081. First, we learned that Blackbeard has indeed defeated Trafalgar D. Law. Second, Kuzan is the 10th captain of the Titanic captains in the Blackbeard pirates. Third, we have a battle between former first disciple Kuzan against Garp. Fourth, Garp had an advantage in the fight against Kuzan. And finally, fifth, when Kuzan joined the Blackbeard pirates, Blackbeard asked about the man with the burned scar because it seems that it is that person who has the final road poneglyph. So now that we've gone over all of the topics in this chapter, let's take each one in turn and go a little bit deeper in detail so that we get a better idea of what might happen in this chapter. Let's start with one of the topics that's been widely debated in the community, where it says that Blackbeard managed to defeat Law. Now this result was pretty likely to happen because after we saw Kid lose to Shanks, we gotta know that there's gonna be more tension after this final road poneglyph. You see, in this final saga of One Piece, it's gonna be the Yonko and other powerful pirates that are gonna compete to know who will get the great One Piece treasure. So the weakest are gonna be eliminated first by the more stronger competitors. So with the defeat of Law and Kid, now the Yonkos, Shanks, and Teach have one more clue to get to the One Piece treasure, becoming one of the pirates who are closest to finding this fabled final island of Laugh-Tale. So far, we don't actually know if Law or Kid were able to survive each of the Yonko's attacks. And even if they do, it's likely that they're going to give up on their goals of being able to find the treasure, or even for that matter, if they'll want to be pirates at all at that point. However, there is still that possibility, if they did survive, that in the future they're going to become some of Luffy's allies, as he is the one who is closest to being able to find the One Piece treasure next to Teach and Shanks, because he too has 3 of the 4 road poneglyphs in his possession. Now, Law has already been confirmed to be alive through the information that we have at the beginning of the chapter, but we still don't know what physical or mental state he's in, or even if he's going to be able to fight in the next confrontations that'll arise. As for Kid, we have no clue. We've seen him fall in the water after being utterly defeated by Shanks and his allies, but we still have no confirmation that he in fact lost his life in that battle. So it looks like we're going to have to wait for the next chapters to confirm if these 2 great pirates will be able to team up with Luffy again in the future to be able to face any powerful enemy that is bound to show up on the battlefield. We also finally got proof and confirmation that Kuzan is officially a Blackbeard pirate. He's said to be the 10th Titanic captain of Teach's crew, being one of the most powerful pirates in that crew overall. Now, we don't know if these captain positions are defined by their number, where one has a higher number and they're more powerful, or the one closer to 1 is the most powerful, but it's likely that Kuzan has the ability to order subordinates similar to that of Jesus Burgess, who is of course Teach's right-hand man. Much of this is due to the fact that Kuzan is an extremely important person for Teach. The former admiral has very deep knowledge of secret matters in the Navy and possibly even the world government, in addition to knowing about many different subjects in which the world government has hidden from the rest of the world. So it's for this reason that Teach considers him an essential part of his plans, which caused Teach to promote him as one of the captains of his crew. And there's a strong possibility that Kuzan even became Teach's left arm. Next, in the chapter we have the confirmation which we've been waiting for quite a long time. And as we deduced, Teach's pirates pirates, as powerful as they may be, were not able to stop Monkey D. Garp. And it's for this reason Kuzan became responsible for fighting his former master and mentor, a confrontation in which could be very important because of the past that they share together. Kuzan has known Garp since his days long before becoming an admiral, and even though he owes him a debt for helping him at some point in the past, this debt could be collected in this next fight. Kuzan has also always admired Garp for always turning down promotions to become an admiral, as he was already satisfied with the position that he had since the time Garp faced the Pirate King Gold D. Roger. However, this admiration has never been enough to make Kuzan spare anyone, especially Garp's grandson, because during the great confrontation that took place in Marineford, Kuzan was still committed to see that Luffy lost his life during that encounter. We also wonder that whatever this debt may be, Kuzan may not actually care about that debt in this fight against Garp either, since he has a very big role to play for his new crew. Kuzan absolutely has an obligation to protect the pirate island from the Navy or any other threat that may arise to take over. But going back to the battle at Marineford for just a second, we have to remember that Kuzan felt that Ace was too much of a risk to be left alive, so he felt compelled to take the life of the Pirate King's son as soon as humanly possible. And it's likely the same thing will happen in these next chapters, where Garp will present a great threat to the crew of the Blackbeard pirates on an island which this crew managed to take over, and it wasn't like it was an easy thing to do. Garp is just as big a threat as any admiral because of not only his incredible strength, but also his high degree in mastery of Haki, which has got to be equal to Roger's. So this is going to make Kuzan feel obligated to stop Garp and the rest of the sword members that are looking to get Kobe back. So one of the things that we can expect is a big fight between Garp and Kuzan and the rest of Blackbeard's pirates against the sword marines who are at Garp's side in this great conflict on the pirate island. So far it seems that Garp may have a great advantage in this conflict, managing to land several powerful hits on Kuzan, demonstrating that he's not going to take it easy on Kuzan just because he was his pupil in the past. Kuzan has become a major threat to the Navy after joining the Blackbeard pirates and the rest of his crew, and it's for that reason that Garp will not allow Kuzan to help Teach achieve any of his goals. Now, we don't have much more information about what happens in this quick conflict that Garp and Kuzan have in the chapter, but it's likely that Garp is going to be given a great advantage at the beginning of the combat so that in the middle of the confrontation, Kuzan starts to fight more seriously, becoming a much greater danger to Garp's life. In the leaks, it's said that Garp is a goat, and we don't know if this is related to the chapter or if it could be maybe a translation mistake. But if Garp really symbolizes the goat, this reveals to us a possible codename that Garp has within the Navy. Each admiral within the organization has a codename or an epithet, as in the case of Borsalino, who has the codename Kizaru, which means yellow monkey. Isho has the codename Fujitora, which means purple tiger. Aramaki, who has the codename Ryokugyu, which means green bull. Kuzan used to have the name Aokiji, which means blue pheasant. And Sakazuki, who now has the name Akainu, means red dog. Even Sengoku had the epithet of Sengoku, the golden Buddha. So just like the admirals, who have a codename that represents an animal and a color, Garp may also have a codename that he hasn't used in a long time, which could be symbolized by a goat. Lastly, we have information that when Kuzan joined the Blackbeard pirates, Blackbeard asked him about the man with the burned scar, because it looked like the man has the last road poneglyph remaining for anyone to find the One Piece. So this mystery man that Teach was questioning Kuzan about is the last piece needed to be able to find the One Piece treasure. And this same man was already mentioned by Kid during the end of the Wano arc. This man with the burn scar is going to literally be the most important person in the world for anyone to find, because it is only through them that they will ever be able to find the One Piece treasure. Because as Kid said, this mystery man is somewhere yet unknown. Now, although Luffy learned about the existence from Kid, he still doesn't know exactly who this man is, and it will be essential for Luffy to learn who he is so that the Straw Hats can get to the One Piece treasure. So as we come to the end of the Egghead Island arc, we can already see a new journey in search of this mysterious character is gonna begin. Luffy, Teach, and even Shanks, who may actually know something about this character, may be after him to find the One Piece treasure, or even starting the race against time to find this very man. So there you have it, my friends. Those are the early leaks of our upcoming chapter of 1081 of One Piece. And with all that said, we'd now love to know what you think about it. First off, what do you think is gonna happen if Law, and more especially Kid, ended up surviving their attacks? Now, although Law survived, do you think he's gonna rebound and maybe want to join Luffy to get some kind of revenge, or at least have a chance at seeing the end of the road where the One Piece is? Next, why do you think Kuzan is actually on Blackbeard's team? Did he really join him? Or is Kuzan working even deeper as some kind of undercover agent for Sword or Garp, or maybe even the world government, so they know what Blackbeard's up to? And finally, what are your thoughts on this person with the burn scar? There's been a lot of discussion in the community that it could be Jaguar D. Saul, but there's also been some disputed information out there as well that it may be somebody different. Who do you think it is, and where do you think we might find them? Let us know what you think about that in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video for the day, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching the video, especially those of you who've made it here to the very end. Be sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like and hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I hope to see you all in the next video, and let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.